Hey, it's Pete's New Man. We're back to Pokemon.
Yeah.
Can't remember if we said this or not, but this is a new recording session. About a week since the last one, I think.
Did you say you don't know if we've said this?
Well, because on the previous episode, because I haven't gotten that far in editing yet. When we started the recording session of the last session, it's like, we might get all the way up to Elite Four. And then we didn't, so I can't remember if in the last episode we said, we're going to be done for now or not. But this is a new recording session. I think originally I was going to try to grind everyone up to 50 before taking on this gym, and then I decided, let's just take on this gym, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait until it's actually time to fight Elite Four before the next grind session. I think I want them all to be level 60 before I actually take on the Elite Four, so I'm just going to save it for one ginormo grindy session. Yo, champ in the making! Even if I don't know the Viridian leader's identity, I've been kind of keeping it secret, but I know what it is. I think you know who it is already. I'm pretty sure a lot of the audience knows who the 8th gym leader is, but I decided to keep the suspense anyway.
For those who don't know.
Yeah. But one thing's certain, this will be the toughest of all the gym leaders. And still not as stressful as Misty. Also, actually no, Misty wound up being pretty easy.
It's a banana.
Who was the most stressful gym leader? I don't know. I heard that the trainers here like ground-type Pokemon. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the champion here is actually the gym leader here is actually the rival of this game. And like everyone in the gym uses like a mix of Pokemon. They're just all Ace trainers, so that's pretty neat. Right now, though, we got an Arbok to fight. I mean, look at this. I know the gym leader's Pokemon go up to, like, level 50, but I'm 10 levels above these gym trainers. Alright. Oh, man. This thing have Intimidate? Did it lower my attack? It's not very effective. Also, Acid can't poison, so that's nice. Acid can lower defense, but it can't poison.
Sorry, I'm just reading something.
I know. It's good stuff, but I really don't want to get political on the channel.
Yeah, no, things are very weirdly political lately. So.
Yeah, at the time that we're recording this, it's just a couple days after inauguration, so everything is very, very political right now. Honestly, I've been pretty active in it, much more than I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
But I still don't want to bring it to this.
Yeah, I've kind of influenced you a little bit on that, though, because...
I guess. Well, yeah, I guess so. In terms of being active, yeah.
Yeah, doing things and getting involved, because I really have been into getting involved and making my voice heard, just because... I don't know, I'm just tired of being apathetic and having things not go the way I like them.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, when I was younger, I was really apathetic, because it's like, well, you know, life's good enough and okay, and someone's going to take care of things. Like, you know, that optimism thing, and then you're like, yeah, things are okay. Things are not going to go the way I want them, so I'm going to go out there and do something about it.
Right. I don't want to get really heavy into political views, but it was something that never really interested me all that much before, and now I suddenly feel like it's more important to at least be knowledgeable about it. So I've done a lot more, just not even like active stuff. I have done some active stuff, but really just more of just study of like what's what. Just so I understand what people are talking about. And like, you know, the different opinions that people have. Not necessarily, you know, picking one or the other side on anything, but like understanding what it all is even. That's where my focus has been. And it's just kind of hard to escape it online right now.
Oh, yeah.
So that's because you're on Facebook right now, so you're basically in the land of that.
I think the only posts I've seen, 2 posts I've seen that haven't been political, is one on Zootopia, which is, if Zootopia characters were human, we're glad you asked, which is just, you know, people drawing.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool, but we've seen a lot of that kind of stuff.
And then, like, one about someone being, oh, you know, I would prefer it if gaming technology wasn't so, like, extravagant. I just want a keyboard and some headphones, you know?
Oh, okay.
Someone was posting that because she is an avid online gamer.
So, I was thinking, you know how, like, You know how Maid Miriam in the Disney version of Robin Hood was a fox? I'd want to see something like, because like I see a lot of like the animals as humans, but what if they did like all the Disney princesses reimagined as like animals in that like animal Disney style, like Maid Miriam from Robin Hood?
That would be cool.
Right, like maybe you could have Princess Jasmine as a tiger since she had a pet tiger.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't know. How about like Ariel as like a full-blown fish?
I bet this is getting some furries very excited. I'm joking.
Fishes don't have fur.
They're just scalies.
Scalies?
Scalies.
Do fishes have scales? Well,
Yeah,
I guess so.
scales.
Yeah, that's right.
But do
That's
they count
right.
as scalies?
I mean, I guess. What else? You finnies?
Gillies.
Gillies. Ooh.
Gillies. That's
I like
gross.
that. Really? Oh, okay. Never mind then. I don't like that. You must be running out of steam, but no, I literally just went to the Pokemon Center because there's no penalty for leaving the gym, healing, and coming back. His name is Yuji.
Yuji.
Yuji?
Yuji.
It doesn't sound like that kind of name that you could say like,
Yuji.
Yuji-sama?
Senpai knows me.
Yuji-senpai?
Oh my gosh. My stomach is feeling very gurgly all of a sudden.
Yuji-senpai?
Is this what?
Watashi wa ski desu?
Eh.
I don't even know if my wording was correct, but now what were you saying? Something about stomach?
Yeah, was your stomach a little bit gurgly earlier today?
Oh yeah, don't you remember when we were grocery
Yeah.
shopping and like we're buying stuff and suddenly I'm like, oh Rosie, I need to use the bathroom right now.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little gurgly, but I've been so constipated that's not causing anything to happen.
Oh no, it came all out for me. So great topic. Great topic.
Yeah, well, I'm like constipated and I have a cold, so
Yeah, you're pretty sick right now.
I'm sick.
Sick.
Sick everywhere. And part of me wants it to last until tomorrow, and part of me doesn't want to have it last till tomorrow.
Why would you want? Oh, because then you could skip out on work.
Yeah. Well, it's really funny because like a lot of people when they start working, they're like, I don't want to be sick and like miss out on work because I won't get money. I'm like, I have enough like paid time off that I really don't care.
Yeah.
And like, I think some people like would be okay with it considering like I was there when the entire plague hit my office. And I was the only one well enough to take care of like some of the stuff. So, you know, I think I can have a sick day.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe that's a little arrogant of me, but
As a
at least I admit it.
I mean, as a teacher, I mean, yeah, I get paid sick days, a certain number of them.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, but I'm so hesitant to take sick days. I really try to only take them when absolutely necessary, which is still, you got to be really careful because, I mean, you're responsible for all those kids. You don't want to
Yeah.
give them something contagious. In any case, that wasn't the point. The point was that, God, missing a day as a teacher just kind of sucks because, first of all, you have to write out detailed lesson plans. So, I mean, it's you have to take a lot more responsibility for missing a day, it feels like, just preemptively. Like, I'm sick and lying in my bed. Allow me to hobble over to my computer, type out very detailed paragraphs about what the substitute teacher needs to do, email them, and make sure it's all spelled good, and then I can be sick for the rest of the day. And then if you get something wrong, you're in the middle of sleeping, and like the office manager calls you up while you're sick. It's like, hey, Isaac, you forgot to tell us what you want to do about your after school program today. Are they canceling today, or is the sub running ahead? I'm just like, you should probably cancel. And then I get in trouble because then they have to call the parents. It's like, hey, no, there's no after school music program today, so yeah, sorry about that. You have to suddenly come take time off of work and pick up your kid, and it's all Isaac's fault that he forgot to mention that in his sub plans.
You got sick.
So that's all kind of annoying. And then additionally, for me, I'm currently working in a district where, because I'm a music teacher, the kids only get half a year of music, so every single day that like I'm gone, that's just like a lot of music time they miss out on. Because like unless I get like a really musical sub, I can't, expect them to be able to do the same things I was really gonna do that day.
Yeah. So your but your school district doesn't do like PTO or anything like that, do they? At all?
PTO?
You don't know what that is?
I should.
It's called like paid time off. It's what other Oregon businesses have converted to.
Our system is you get a number of sick days.
Yeah.
Then any sick days that you don't use get put into a combined pool of sick days.
Dude, I wish we had something like that.
Then people who take more sick days than they're allowed can borrow the pool.
That would be so
nice.
Nice.
For emergency situations. Because
Yeah.
There was a teacher who, they had to be gone a lot because they were diagnosed with cancer, so they wound up using a lot of the sick pool, which was fine. That's what it was there for. We were like, please take those pool times. You really need them.
Yeah, see, I wish our company did something like that because we have paid time off, so both our vacation and our sick time are combined, and we accrue it over time, and the more seniority we have, the more we accrue when we're working, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that leaves like a lot of people in higher positions with way too much sick time than they can use. But it leaves a lot of people in lower positions with less sick time than, they need. And so we have like a lot of people with like immune system problems. Like we have so many people who are immunocompromised at my workplace. And a lot of them struggle to like, not only stay well, but to not come to work sick and get everybody else sick. And then, like, if they, are gone a lot, like some are, because they have to be, because of their medical issues, they lose all their paid time off, so they're losing a lot of money.
Right, yeah.
And it's like, why can't we have, like, a pool like that with some people who have way more paid
sick
time
days than paid off days,
that
and
kind
things
of
like
thing.
that.
It's really
to help each
stupid.
other out.
It's really stupid. It doesn't really help with creating a community of employees that care and help each other out,
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad. It's really sad because like a lot of those people, like when you're sick all the time, you don't have a choice over being well or not, and you don't have a choice whether or not like can work, and then it just puts you in a really bad financial situation, which can make you more sick if you don't have the finances to take care of yourself.
Right.
It's really awful.
I was gonna say something else. What was it? Was it pertaining to? The other thing right now is, in the last few years, there's been a shortage of just substitute teachers in general. Mm-hmm. So, sometimes they're just not even able to find a sub for me. Like, there was once last year where I had to take a sick day. I actually tried coming to work, didn't make it because I was too sick, and I was like, I had to go back, and like, yeah, it was a messy. But yeah, then we called in for a sub and stuff, and there just wasn't anyone available. So there was no music that day, and that which is just not good for anyone, because like for me it means the kids missed out on one of their few days of music for the year, and then also for the teachers it means they just didn't get prep time. It means that for those 30 minutes for those teachers that they were supposed to be able to go and make some copies, go and use the restroom, go and do something that they had planned to do that day, they just didn't get to. So
yeah, and it's awful that like our public school system like is just that bad that we can't encourage people to become substitute teachers as a viable job. Yeah.
And
we end up having a shortage because no one wants to be a substitute teacher.
Well, I can talk about that a little bit. At least for me, anyway. I'm only speaking from my personal experience. I know other people's are different. For me, when I was in college as an education major, they always told me, hey, as soon as you finish your student teaching, because our college gets out a couple months earlier than the public schools, you should immediately apply to be a substitute teacher there's such a shortage, they'll take you in right away, and then you can earn some money substitute teaching for a couple months before you start job hunting in the summer for a fall teaching position. I was like, yes, that makes sense. So I applied to be a substitute teacher, and like I said, there was a massive shortage of substitute teachers. They can't get enough substitute teachers, and after I applied, they told me they'd get back to me in the fall. I'm like, what? It's like, oh yeah, we need to do, this check and that check, and we need to, like, interview you and, like, apply you and this, all that. I'm like, it's like, so
this
basically...
This is why no one's a substitute teacher!
So basically, what it comes down to, without getting into the nitty-gritty, becoming a substitute teacher has become just as, I don't know what the right word to use is. I think I'm making up words in my head, but I'll just use difficult. Is just as much of a process as becoming a real, full-fledged, full-time teacher. So that's one reason they're not getting so many substitutes. Is because it takes just as much effort to become a sub as it does to become a regular teacher. But, so what happened was they didn't hire me as a sub. The summertime came around. I found a permanent teaching position very, very late in the summer, as it turned out. But still, I found a permanent teaching position. They contacted me 2 months into me being a teacher, and we're like, "Hey, we're ready to interview you as a sub." And I said, "Well, I'm sorry. I have my own classroom now."
Yeah, but I think that was like the school district that you were like trying to be a substitute in, because that school district itself is full of so much bullshit.
Yeah, because that was the school district.
Personal experience.
That was the school district of our hometown, so
yeah,
it had a pretty good share of problems.
Yeah, well, we knew that both from like your parents working in that school district and my mom working in that school district, and just growing up and being a student in that school district. Their administration was shit.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is. Because I was a little bit upset by it. My mom was really upset by it. But one of the first places that I applied, to just be a full-fledged teacher was in my hometown. Because there were, like, 2 open music positions for music teachers. And it's like, hey, cool, 2 openings. And also, they know that I've lived here my whole life. Both of my parents work in the school system here. You have connections,
and you could root yourself into the town and grow a family.
Right, basically, it's kind of an ideal
situation. You got married in the town.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much the ideal situation here. They did not give me either of the 2 teaching jobs in the hometown. Instead, they picked 2 teachers who were... And I mean this, slightly more experienced than I would. Two teachers who came from way out of town, who had like 1 year more of teaching experience I did, and 2 years more of teaching experience than I did. And so they picked those teachers instead of me. Well, here I am now on my 3rd year of teaching in the same district that I've always taught at, because I wanted to like gain experience in one place for a while before, even think about moving on somewhere else. Meanwhile, both those teachers left after their 1st year.
Yeah.
It's like, well, geez, looks like you really made the winning decision there.
It's kind of funny how not having, friends, family, or connections in a small podunk town can make a teacher leave so quickly.
Right? It's like, what a shock. Gee. Like this, yeah, like really?
Well,
on one hand, I guess, I can't blame them too much because you're gonna pick the person with more experience if you can, but like, I guess I was just a little upset that with all my connections and everything, and like there were people I knew, all the ties I had, and my family that worked there.
They knew you were a good person.
Yeah, and that wasn't enough. So I felt a little sad by that.
Well, that just shows that they don't do nepotism.
Yeah, it's not necessarily it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just saddening for me personally. Like I said, I don't blame their decision. I can see their line of thought. I was just like, oh, they don't want me, type of thing.
You probably wouldn't want to be there anyways, though. Like, maybe it was a blessing in disguise.
Maybe.
Like, there's a lot of, like, really sad, disappointing things in life that happen. But then when you look at it later, you're like, maybe that was okay.
Yeah, we got to do some pretty cool stuff by coming to this town, so I'm not too upset anymore.
Some cool people come to some cool conclusions about life and people.
And we need to cut off this episode. Next time, we
ya.
take on the gym leader. The final gym leader. Whoa, the final gym leader.
Hot damn.
See you then.